What up, everybody? I am home, chilling after a crazy day of delivering food. I had a delivery at the end from Marco's Pizza. It was like $30-something delivery, which would have been great because that's a nice payday. But as soon as I got there, Marco's was like, "Oh, it came in right before we were closing, so we decided not to do it, so it had to be canceled." But anyway, we're going to talk some college football right now and get you ready for the college football playoffs and everything to come. I'm a Georgia guy, Georgia fan. To be 100% honest with you, I'm so glad the streak's over. That's something I don't have to worry about. That's something I don't have to pay attention to no more. We did lose to Bama by a field goal. It would have been a tie ball game. But I'm also going to throw this out there. Bama got away with a lot of stuff. They did the same thing versus Tennessee. They got away with penalties, drop balls that they said were catches, and a lot more. Personally, Alabama's not a good football team. Georgia let that game go. They could have scored on every single drive they had, but they didn't. Mike Bobo, horrible, decided to call one good drive at the beginning of the game. Then decide, hey, let me grab my garbage bag of plays, call that for the rest of the game, and then throw the garbage bag away with 6 minutes left and go down and score 2 touchdowns back-to-back. Ridiculous. Georgia could have scored every drive. You can even watch Carson Beck coming off the field multiple times, literally saying, what are we doing? Why are we running the plays we're playing? It's ridiculous. Bobo, that's all on Bobo. I can't put it nowhere else. That's all on Bobo. Because Georgia had Bama beat from the get-go. Bama's not a good team. But we're going to get into it right now. Michigan destroyed Iowa. Florida State won. Washington won. They beat Oregon. That was a good game. And that leaves me with what we're going to think is the Final Four. All right, Michigan is going to move up to 1. How Michigan's still in it, and they cheated, and they're still in it. Backup coach, and they're still in it. I don't get it. Michigan's going to be number 1. Washington did well against Oregon. Washington's playing good. Will Washington end up being the TCU of last year and go up against somebody and just get destroyed? But we'll find that out. Washington's going to move up to 2. 3 is going to be a tricky one. I still think Florida State with the backup quarterback doing what they did today and everything, winning the ACC, I believe they will move up to 3. And that's going to put a number 4. Number 4 is going to be tricky. Georgia won't get it. I know they were back-to-back, but they lost to Bama, the win over Bama. But then you got to look at Bama and Texas. Bama schedule was weak. I don't care who y'all say, what all y'all Bama's fans say, oh, they had this tough schedule. No, they didn't. Bama's schedule was weak. Don't care. Michigan's schedule was weak. Washington's schedule, semi-weak. So, don't know what y'all going to say about, strength of schedule and all that stuff. No, it was weak. Texas and Alabama both had weak schedules. But if you look at it this way, Texas is ahead of Bama in the rankings. Texas beat Bama in the first game of the year, so Texas has the win over Bama. So, I don't see Bama making the number 4 spot. I see Texas going number 4, leaving Bama outside the top 4, which would be the first time in a long time that not one SEC team made it into the Final Four of the college football playoffs. Or even the Final Four period in a very long time. But it could fold out another way. Alabama could jump Texas. It could happen because they're the SEC champion. And then Alabama would be at number 4, putting Texas at probably 5, Georgia at 6, blah, blah, blah. Maybe Georgia even jumps Texas. I don't know yet. But the way I'm looking at it is, if you look at it through Texas jumping Bama, you have Michigan versus Texas, Florida State versus Washington. I've got Michigan beating Texas. I've got Washington beating Florida State. That's going to leave up Washington versus Michigan in the national championship. And I have Michigan winning the whole thing. They shouldn't do it. They shouldn't be there. But the way they're playing football, and they've just got a chip on their shoulder, I believe Michigan's going to win it. And then if you look at it the other way, Michigan versus Alabama, Florida State versus Washington. I still think Michigan beats Alabama. I still think Washington beats Florida State, still leaving up Michigan versus Washington in the national championship game. If you agree with me, you can let me know in the comments. If you don't agree with me, you can let me know in the comments. Either way, I have that playing out that way. Alabama, make it maybe to the Sugar Bowl, and then the New Year's Bowl game and all that cool stuff. But if it folds out the way it is, Texas having the win over Alabama is not going to put Bama in front of Texas. Texas had to lose today and all that stuff. Bama could have jumped them. Bama is not good. Like, I don't care what people say. Bama's not a great team. They didn't make it to the playoffs last year. They're not going to make it again this year. Who cares? Georgia lost one game. Oh, it's over with. Georgia got beat. It's one game. We ran two seasons undefeated. It's one game. Who cares what happens? But that's just the way I look at it. That's my breakdown. We will see here in the college football playoffs pick show what happens. But those are my picks. I don't think Bama's going to jump Texas. So I do think it'll be Michigan, Washington, Florida State, and Texas will be your final four. And I have Michigan winning the entire thing. But we will see. It is college football. The committee's crazy. Picks can be crazy. So we will find out here in a couple days. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the games today. Who's your pick? If your team didn't make it, who's your pick? Who you'd like to see in your bowl game. If you didn't make it to the Final Four, let me know what kind of bowl game you're looking for or who you like to play in a bowl game. And, yeah, just let me know what's your thoughts and who's going to be the national champion in the comments below. Let's go.